Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the SSK or slip slip knit decreases, why they can look so big and its many variations. If you don't want to watch the whole video, which I would be very sad about it, I did include some timestamps and you can jump directly to the point you want to see. The first decrease we are going to learn is the slip slip knit decrease. Try only to work on the tips of the needle. Do not pull the yarn or the stitch further out to give it more yarn to look bulkier. You can see when you slip the stitch of Knitwise that you untwist your stitch. By untwisting your stitch, you change its orientation and this shift creates a slack in the yarn which adds even more bulk to the first stitch. This is something that we can't avoid because this is just a natural appearance from the SSK, but we can do a little bit tricks to make it less bulkier and look a little bit more nicer and tidier. So to work it again, slip one stitch knitwise of the needle, work only on the tips of the needle and slip the second stitch of the needle. Then insert your left needle through the front loop and then knit it together through the back loop. The next decrease we are going to learn is the half SSK. Why do I call it that way? Because we are only slipping the first stitch knitwise and the second stitch will be slipped purlwise. So slip the stitch knitwise only with the tips of the needle and the second stitch will be slipped purlwise. By slipping a stitch purlwise, you are not changing its orientation. Insert your left needle through both stitches and knit it together through the back loop. So this is how the decrease should be worked, but I personally do not work it that way because when we slip off the stitch purlwise, we are stretching the stitch out, which adds extra bulkiness to our decrease. So only slip the first stitch knitwise from the needle and place it back onto your left needle. We do not touch the second stitch and then knit it together through the back loop. You can see that by using this method, the decrease looks a little bit smaller than the decrease on the right because we are avoiding to slip off the second stitch and therefore we do not have the extra yarn in our stitch. So that's why it looks a little bit smaller. So you see, by just avoiding to stretch too much on our stitches, we can have really nice left-leaning decreases. But the last decrease I'm going to show you can be a real devil under the left-leaning decreases. Let me show you why. Slip the first stitch knitwise. By slipping the stitch knitwise, we are already untwisting our stitch and giving it extra yarn. So knit the next stitch and then pass the slipped stitch over the knitted stitch. Remember what I told you, do not stretch the stitches. You have to stretch it for this one, and this is why this decrease looks so bulky, because you stretch the stitch out and you can not pull it tightly together afterwards. So the last decrease I'm going to show you is the one Move SSK. I really love this one, especially for sleeves where I don't want to have visible decrease lines. Can you see? It's so tidy and nice and small that you cannot see it, or almost not see it. So to work this, insert your right needle knitwise into the first stitch. Bring your needle to the back and insert it through the back loop. Yarn over and pull it out the way you came. So there's only one way out. Then only slip the first stitch of the needle and with the second stitch, I'm going to pull the first stitch a little tighter, and then I'm slipping off the second stitch again, knit the next stitch, and then you can see that this is a really nice left leaning decrease for sleeves or skirts or wherever you want to use it. But I would not recommend it to use it for lace, because for lace you want to have a decrease, um, which is the counterpart from the knit two together to create a visual balanced flow and structure to the lace pattern. Sometimes the English pronunciation can be very tricky for me, so bear with me, please. So that's it for today's tutorial about the SSK decreases. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I will answer them. I also did write a blog post about it with all the details I mentioned in this video, so drop by and read it. And thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, take care of yourself. Until next time, bye!